So it's been a while since I gave you a morning spin, and I want to show off my new lights. Hold on, let me fix the, Alright, let me start that again. It's been a while since I gave you a morning spin, and I want to show off the new lights. I don't know where I'm going to use this footage, but there's just something important about creating a space that's comfortable and relaxing and all those things that make you feel good. All those things that give you the warm and fuzzies, and that's what this space is for me, is I think what I'm trying to say. Or at least, that's what it is now. The other key is always improve your space. Always have a space that's nice and malleable, so that you can make quick changes to it, and you can, I don't know, there's just something, there's also something to kind of messing things up once in a while and shifting things around and getting a new perspective. And yeah, what am I doing this morning? I'm watching a Harold Balder video. Anyways, I turned the camera on because I wanted to give you a quick spin just to show off the morning time ambiance. Oops, I came up with an even better way to end the video. I also just realized that I have a bunch of plants to put back, so while I'm giving you the morning ambiance tour, I might as well actually do something. But first, I'm getting a little bit tired of watering my plants in the shower, I will admit. I used to kind of be one to preach no trays and bring your plants out and make sure you water them until water is draining completely out the bottom of the soil and all that sort of stuff. But as I'm getting a little bit more experienced, I will admit that I'm starting to think about putting trays under all my plants, because another thing that I'm doing is I'm using RODI water. So it's water that I create, and it takes a little bit more time. So I guess maybe that's why I'm being a little bit more stingy with it. But in a weird way, it's kind of teaching me to, I don't know, I feel like the plants are doing better now that I'm not watering them as much, and I'm just kind of giving them as much water as they need. And it would be a lot more convenient to be able to put these things, or to just water these things on the shelf. And dare I say, a little bit more, I don't know, peaceful? Is that a good word? Is that a good word to say when you're putting back plants in the morning ambiance? I'm not going to go through the name of the plants. I think I made a video the other day talking about how I'm tired of feeling inadequate because I don't know the name of the plants when I'm walking around. This is a snake plant, though, I will say that. You know what I should do? I should turn that light on. Give us even a little bit more ambiance. Oh, right. This is my rabbit's foot fern that I've been really trying to kind of pay a little bit more attention to these days, because it's not looking too good. This plant likes a lot of humidity and things like that, and it's gotten a little bit dry in the winter, and I don't know, I've just been paying a little bit of special attention to this guy. Oh, I know I hadn't put the plants back yet because I was gonna clean up all the shelves while I had them off, but oh well, I guess I got too excited in the morning ambiance. I mentioned this guy and cut it out of the video the other day because I forgot to do some footage of it, but this is my bonsai umbrella tree. I recently repotted it in that little pot right there. I think they also call this a mother-in-law's tongue or something like that. All right. Ugh. This is my ant plant. I do realize that I said I wasn't going to say the names of the plants, and now I am. But hey, that's how it goes. I won't say the name of this one because I don't remember it, but I did recently put this little wood thing in here. I kind of like to take my vining plants and do something, I don't know, I don't like them climbing up like moss poles or trellises or things like that. So I've been trying to play around with more natural looking things like that. Yeah. That's ambiotic. to go with the morning impromptu ambient video. This one I'm just waiting to kind of bring back to life. I'm waiting to see. He's holding on with this little green stick here. This will be a surprise if it ever sprouts back. Palea? Peperomia? Oh yeah, this one's the other day that... This is the problem that I've been having with these pots. They just break as soon as you get like any sort of moisture. I mentioned this once before, but I actually created these pots on this channel. And I think it's because I didn't put any sort of like a gravel or something a little bit like more of an aggregate in the cement mixture. I just kind of used this really powdery, I forget what the name of it is, but this powdery cement, and this is what happens to most of the pots. Here's one. I think this is called a pothos, blue pothos maybe. What's that one? I don't know. This one is kind of a vining one. I recently cut it. It like gave it a big trim. It used to hang down from like this top shelf right here all the way down to the bottom. But one of the things that I love about plants is, you know, not only to see them grow up and kind of stretch their vines out in some cases, but I also love to cut them, you know, back down and then watch them do it all over again. And you know, dare I say the plants have told me that they like that too. They don't use actual words when they tell me these things. They just kind of like give you the vibe, you know? This is what is this one? This is one of my favorite plants right here. Let me get a light on it, since I like it so much. What is this called? It's like a porcelain, I think it's called a porcelain Hoya or something like that. Anyways, I just love it because it's so unique. It's just kind of stringy and a little bit grassy, but a little bit viney. And I've never seen anything else like it, so I love that one. A few more to go, I think. There she is. I think she's preparing lunch for the kids. I know she's preparing lunch for the kids. This is my African mask plant, is I think what it's called. I don't know what the actual name is. I showed this one off because it had a mealybug little thing going on, but I haven't seen any in a bit. Let's give it a quick tour one-handed. Just look under the leaves. That's where the mealybugs usually like to play, and on the new growth especially. It was when I kind of scaled my plants back a long ways and kind of repotted everything and got everything organized and started out that I realized, you know, I kind of rediscovered the joy of just paying attention to the small details and, you know, even appreciating the fact that this guy had mealybugs, so I can come across here and I can look at the details that I wouldn't normally pay so much attention to, and, you know, just kind of, I don't know, it's like this weird balance I'm discovering between not over caring for these sorts of things, but I just want to show you this before I get going. This is another one of my ones that's almost gone, but it's holding on because of those tiny little green nubs right there. I actually cut a bunch of clippings off of this plant and I put it in one of these tubs over here. I think it's in this one right here. But anyways, this is a, I forget what it is. I forget what the name is, but it's a humidity loving plant, and it's another one that kind of fell to the winter and dried out and died, but I did fortunately save a bunch of it, and it's thriving in, I think, one of those tubs right down over there. Oh, this is another one of my favorite plants. Let me just kind of give you a nice shot before I close it out. Florida ghost philodendron. Yeah, ghost philodendron is I think what the name of this one is. It wasn't doing very good, and then I repotted it in this pot, and I put it right here by the window, and now it's doing great. Is that a good take us out shot? I think that'll be a good one. There you go. Also, while we're at it, might as well do a cordyceps update. They're still looking about the same, but it is getting a little bit easier to see in to the things. I don't know. If I have to be honest with you, I'm starting to think that the cordyceps are failing, all of them. I'm not 100% sure. I'm actually the most confident in this little orange one down here, just because, I don't know, it looks kind of clean in there a little bit more anyways. My gut tells me that like black kind of stuff in there is not a good thing. But anyways, let's see. This one has like maybe a little bit of a scent. A little bit. This one down here, again, a little bit, maybe not too much. This one is the one that actually had originally had the most kind of like a vinegary type smell, or like a sweet smell to it. And to be honest with you, it's like kind of still there, but it's gone down a lot. And this one down here, if I'm being honest, they all have about the same kind of smell. It's just a little bit. It's not too overwhelming though, is I think the point that I'm trying to make here. It's not like they're reeking. I am starting to get a little bit of hints of like pickle smell and stuff in the old room here when I walk in. Not as much as when I had the contaminated king oyster tub over there, but I don't have to admit failure yet. But we'll see on the cordyceps project right there. Anyways, is this the end of the morning ambiance video? I think so. I've got nothing else to talk about. I also never get tired of these little winks from the universe, or the reef tank, whatever you want to call it. I figured I'd throw one more little update in here. Hold on, let me grab my mushroom light, of course. Finally getting to put this thing to use. I'll just give you an update on the chestnut mushroom battle versus trichoderma, or whatever kind of invasive species that is. And screw it, let's actually just pop the lid open on this thing. I don't feel like the last footage was good enough because of the lighting and everything. And it's been a while anyways, so let's take an actual good look at this one while we're updating anyways. Alright. The battle in chestnut mushroom versus, I think I've always heard that trichoderma is the green one. I will say that I think the chestnut mushrooms are encroaching back. You see that little area right down there, or on the sides, how they're kind of sending the forces back in, even a little bit of white towards the center. I think the chestnut mushrooms might be winning the battle here, but as you can see, besides these little bumps, there's still no actual mushrooms popping up. Of course, there is this lone little green soldier off on the side there as well. But anyways, I'm glad I cracked the lid. I wanted to give you an even better update. Usually I'm a little more gentle with my spraying, but you know, as I usually am when I'm making these videos, I'm trying to do this one-handed. I like to give the top of this rock a little spritz in the mornings as well. Anyone else? No. I think that's all. And officially, the morning ambiance is complete. Should I do 2 spins? I don't normally do 2 spins. And just one more shot of the umbrella bonsai plant now that it's all lit up, because it looks so good when it's lit up, especially in its new pot. And quick correction, the clippings from this plant are actually in this tub right there. Give you a little up close peek. Not in that tub like I had originally said.